Welcome back, guys. This is Lindsay with Garage Gym Reviews. We are here with this product from Amp Fitness. This is my first time testing it, trying it out. I kind of wanted to walk you through, as I am walking through, what this is about. We are going to do a full workout that will show you, and then we're going to come back, research it, give my final thoughts, the pros and cons, who this is good for, and then maybe who should steer clear. Obviously, this is a smart gym. So the first thing I notice is, obviously how small and modern and cool this looks. It kind of reminds me of like an iPhone in a way. I don't know why, but it's totally different than something like a Speediance or a Tonal. Like, this is a wall-mounted thing. I did read that it only takes 8 screws, and then they do have white glove delivery service. So they're gonna basically, it's built into the cost, come in and set this all up for you. First thing I notice is this nice handlebar. I don't know what this is made out of. I'm assuming some type of steel, will let you know. But what I realize is you push in order to change the angle of the handlebar. And there are 3 set positions. So I don't know how tall this is, but plenty high enough for people to use it, even if they are taller. And then in order to move the height of it, you pull the knob out. It's like glides really smooth along this monorail. I like that it clicks into place to absolutely let me know that it's locked in. Okay, so love that. Another thing, first impressions, it comes with 5 different attachments that we have all lined up here. So you have this T-bar, 2 ankle straps, you have a D handle, you have, what is this called? A rope, tricep rope? Somebody tell me. And then a dual D handle. So lots of accessories that come with it. I like that there's a wall-mounted system to keep everything in place, nice and orderly. And then the other thing I was reading about, this goes up to 100 pounds resistance, and it just dials like this, which is incredible. I love the dial function. It's super smooth, super easy to use. You're not having to finagle with any sort of screen. And then if you push, right now it has 3 different modes. So you have fixed, band. So I'm assuming it's like a resistance band. We'll check it out. I'm assuming it'll get harder at the bottom of the movement. And then eccentric, obviously working the eccentric of the movement. So let's try just some tricep push downs at first and see how it feels. Okay, so let's move it up to, we'll do 20, we'll do 25. Okay, super smooth. This is really nice. This rope, which I'm really curious what this material is, we'll figure it out, really locks into place here, so it's not going to catch any certain way. We've seen that on other smart gyms or even functional trainers, where the rope will kind of slip. So super smooth. Oh, okay, so the screen is counting my reps right now, which is really nice. Let's try the band. See how different that feels. Oh, that feels so different. So way harder at the bottom, and then it eases up. Really cool. You can totally tell the difference in that. And then eccentric. Super easy. Woo! Okay. That's interesting, because this feels like I'm not pushing down anything. But once I get here, I feel the tension lock into place. And that eccentric is so nice. So first impressions, I am going to do a workout. All this is connected to an app. So you download the Amp app. It was super easy to download. You connect that app to the Bluetooth, sends you a code. Really easy to set up. Let's do a workout, try some different movements, and then come back for my final thoughts on what I think about this Amp Fitness Smart Gym. Now, this currently is not available. It is available for pre-order, and we're gonna talk about how to do that, the details of that. But I kind of went into this blind. I knew nothing about this. There aren't hardly any reviews on this product out there as of yet. I think that will change once people get their hands on it because, again, like testing this thing out was so much fun. Not only does it come with a ton of different accessories, it looks modern, it functions well, it doesn't take up a crazy amount of space. All in all, I mean, I'm going to tell you all the details about this, but hands down, like, I am impressed with this thing. Now, to pre-order, it is $99 in order to reserve your spot. However, if you decide to cancel that, they are going to give you a full refund. So if you go ahead, reserve your spot, pay that $99, decide in a couple months before it ships out to you that it's actually not a product that you want, you can just reach out to the company and they will give you that $99 back. Now, my first impressions of this, when I compare to any other like gym equipment, but especially smart gyms in particular, this thing is probably the most cool one I have ever seen. Not only that, it doesn't take up a lot of space. One thing to keep in mind though is it does come with these dual D handles that are attached to this very long strap, so you are going to still need a fair amount of space in order to do certain exercises, and I'll give you those space requirements here in a sec. The way that this works is you're going to go ahead and download the Amp Fitness app, you're going to connect it to your machine, and then you're going to be able to follow along with the trainer-led classes on the app. The app actually has so much on it, I could probably do a full video on the app itself, but I tried out all of the movements on it that were available. I tried out about 3 different classes on the app itself. All of them were fantastic, and really it's only $23 a month for the monthly subscription to this product. That's a lot better cost point than something that we see with like iFit or Peloton, which are closer to that like plus $40 a month mark. So this is almost half the cost, and if you are somebody wanting to just purely build strength, follow a progressive overloading program, have a smart gym at home, I really liked all of the classes on this app. Another thing that I really like about this is how easy and fast it is to change all the accessories. So I did a couple classes. One of them was a full body class. So obviously I'm using a ton of different accessories in that class, and I'm having to change the angle and the height of the arm quite frequently. The accessories almost seem like it's like a seatbelt function. Like you really just like clip, it is a seatbelt basically, but it made changing the accessories like less than 30 seconds. The arm moved so smooth along the rail that, again, changing the height or changing the arm direction was also incredibly easy and smooth to do. Now, before I talk about more details about how great this product is, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Also, if you want to go ahead and purchase this, use the link below, the like button, to do so. When you use that link, it doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does help out this channel. And then lastly, this was sent to us by the company, but as always, this is an honest, transparent review. Now, the way that you change any sort of resistance is by this front dial. When you turn the dial, it's going to go ahead and change the resistance. The dial also allows you to change the different modes that come on this machine. So you have 3 different modes. You have your basic mode that's going to have steady resistance throughout all your movements. You have a banded mode, which is very similar to like using a resistance band. So you're gonna feel that tension, you're gonna feel the resistance at that bottom portion of the movement. And then you have an eccentric mode. So again, working that eccentric part of your movement. I felt such a difference when I tested out all the different modes on this. I mean, it was so easy to change modes. It was so easy to use, and definitely a clear difference in how the resistance felt through all the different modes. One sort of call out that I do have, and this isn't a deal breaker for me, but if you are somebody who is ultra strong, this isn't going to have the added resistance that you're probably going to need. So it goes all the way from 5 pounds up to 100 pounds resistance. That definitely is on the lighter side compared to other home gyms that we see. I mean, most are around a 200-pound resistance point. This is about half that. However, super smooth, super consistent, and you can change the resistance 1 pound at a time. So if you are looking for those micro gains, then this is a great machine to use, because opposed to like traditional dumbbells where you're jumping about 5 pounds at a time, sometimes when you're going from a 45 all the way up to a 50-pound dumbbell, that 5 pounds adds on a ton of weight depending on what movement you're doing. So this definitely allows you to have those micro adjustments, those micro gains, and just makes it a little bit more accessible if you're following a progressive overloading program. Now the cost on this is going to be $1,795 when they do start to ship them out. And then you can also do a monthly payment program available on their website. It's going to cost you about $75 a month for 24 months. Included in the app is not just your ability to follow along with trainer-led classes, but it's also going to track all of your progress using like an AI feature. So it's going to keep track of all of your workouts. And when you go ahead and repeat a workout, it's actually going to be able to say like, hey, you did 11 at this weight. Like, can you do 12 at this weight? And if you are struggling on that 12th weight, it's actually going to automatically lower that weight in order to get to that 12th rep. Again, kind of almost as like a spotter assisting you on a lift or something like that. But because this is a smart machine, it has a smart technology, it has the ability to kind of read where you are at, what your progress is like, how you are doing, and the more you use it, the better that function is going to be over time. Another thing to note is if you do purchase this, you have 90 days to decide if you want to keep it. So if after 90 days you decide it's not for you, you can ship it back to the company and it's completely free. They do offer a 1-year warranty on this product, and then they also offer professional installation. So it's not up to you to go ahead, mount this on the wall. You're going to have a professional come out. That's included in that cost. It's about $250 to $300 generally if you have a professional come install it for you. You don't have to pay that extra cost, and you'll be able to have a professional come out, mount it on the wall wherever you want it. And again, it doesn't take up a lot of space, and they only use about 8 screws in order to mount it on the wall. When you receive this, it's actually a very lightweight box. It's very compact. It weighs 110 pounds. When it's actually all assembled, placed on the wall, your entire machine is only going to weigh 75 pounds. Now, there are 30 locking stations, so you have 10 different height options, and then you have 3 different angles with the arm that you can go ahead and use. So even really tall people to shorter people will definitely be able to find a comfortable position for them using the machine, doing all of the workouts in a very comfortable way. This is made from a durable aluminum alloy with a cosmetic cover on the top and the bottom that are made from plastic, but basically everything you interact with is either steel or aluminum. The dial, the ring, knob, device, body are all of aluminum, and then the arm itself is made from steel, so really durable. The website says to go ahead and give yourself about 6 feet in width, 7 feet in height, and then 7 feet in length in order to do all the movements properly. I do think that they could have shortened the strap on the Double D handle accessory. Like, the strap on it is so long. I had plenty of room. I think that they could have shortened it by probably a foot or so, and you'd still be able to get that full range of motion in using that strap. But I mean, it's not the biggest call out. It's just something to keep in mind, because although this doesn't take up a lot of space, because of that length of the handle on that accessory particularly, you are going to need a big area of space in order to do those movements. Now, currently only iPhone users can connect to the app and use this app and use the machine. However, they are currently working on making it available for Android users as well. So currently, if you do have an Android phone, this probably isn't a great option for you. All in all, like, I loved this machine. When I think about comparing it to other smart gyms out there, I mean, you have the Speediance, you have the Echelon, you have the Tonal, all around like $3,000 to $4,000 for the machine. I think that this is just as good, if not slightly better, doesn't take up as much space, looks way cooler. Like, in my mind, this is the coolest smart gym I've ever seen, and for about half the cost, at that about $1,800 mark. All in all, I was super impressed with this thing in terms of how it felt. Consistent, smooth, the resistance was there. It was easy to navigate the app. It was easy to use the machine. There were no sticking points in the resistance. There was no sticking points when I went ahead and changed the lever arm or the height. Like, all in all, I have no real call outs to this. So if you are looking for a smart gym, if you are somebody who likes the design of a modern looking, cool, smart home gym, like, I have nothing bad to say. Like, I would purchase this. Like, this is a great machine. I mean, the other call out is maybe the resistance isn't as high as some of the other machines that we see, but for most people, 100 pounds resistance is going to be more than enough. But let me know your comments about this. Have you seen other reviewers out there talking about this product from Amp Fitness? I absolutely loved it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. This has been Lindsay with Garage Gym Reviews. Peace.